All right. In this video, I'm going to share with you more or less a kind of heartfelt realization that I just had. I think I had it yesterday yesterday. I was thinking when I was driving, and then today again it repeated itself in my head, and I thought I need to make a video on this. Okay. So it's more on thoughts of life, kind of emotional, slightly emotional, and kind of reminiscent of thinking about the past. So this is what the video is. So in if you are expecting something else, it's not. It's a very heartfelt thing, and I'll tell you. Okay, I'll give you the exact example. What triggered this? Um, I don't want to give the name because I've not taken permission, but. Right from the time you remember, I told you there was a phase where I went to Mangalore, that is the southern part of India, to complete, to try to study and do my college or whatever, which I did not do. All I was doing was girls and gym, and I found out they needed an anchor for shows, MC, and there was a bit of DJing here and there, and completely got derailed. I was doing everything other than attending classes. I was busy going to the library, borrowing books on muscle fitness, Flex magazine. I was a 55-year-old, no, sorry, 55 kg guy. I wanted to put on mass, going to the gym, and then, of course, girls. That was crazy. And then public speaking competitions, which were there. I would go to college, every single college. If there were three colleges uh, having a competition that way, I would actually plan out in such a way that I'd go to all three and make special requests. It was that crazy. And I love the attention. So, in all this craziness of being Loy the Playboy, in my, remember, this is 1920 years of age, 20 years of age, or whatever. I bumped into this girl, and this girl was taller than me. Okay, had real bushy hair. She was Mangalorean, but more like a Mumbai kind of the same. And no, don't worry, she was not my girlfriend or anything. But this female was very boisterous. There are some girls who are like very dominating and very alpha, and they will organize everything. They'll tell all the guys to behave themselves and follow their orders. So she was always the tomboy type. Okay. And I didn't notice her, but she noticed me, and she used to always hate me. She's like, "Who's this guy, man? Throw him out. He is a piece of shit." And whenever I was to be on stage, and so I didn't know she existed, but she would always make it a point to, hate on me and harass me, and means not in a bad way. She was just irritated. And here's the funny thing: I didn't even notice she existed until I came back to Dubai. My parents, they were like, "Enough, you're not studying anything," and I was not interested. I told them, "I am coming back. I just don't want all this bullshit. I want to start earning money." That I should have enjoyed myself, but anyway, I came back. I was anyway failing in everything. No attendance in class and failing in all subjects. So I came back. And then, if you Google search or search on YouTube, Loy Machedo Citibank, I, from being unemployed for nearly 2 years to being a shopkeeper, I luckily managed to get into Citibank by speaking to the. Why is my dog barking? Where is he? Okay, there is somebody. Okay, I got into Citibank. You need to see that story to believe it, where I was sitting next to a guy in a self improvement kind of workshop. I didn't know who he was. I was joking with him, making him laugh, and he liked me so much that he told me, yeah, like to keep in touch. And then I told him I was applying for a job in Citibank, and long story short. He turned out to be the country head of Citibank. I didn't know that. And thanks to him, without any qualifying rounds, this namesake, they took my test and all that, which I failed for sure. I got the job. Okay. So when I joined Citibank, to my shock and surprise, this girl turned up there. I feel like kicking the dog, yeah, whenever the dog irritates and barks. But the problem is there are other people walking. Anyway, forget that. You can't hear it. I can hear. Okay, so what happened was this girl joined Citibank when I was already there. She joined within, I think, a month or so. And first thing when she came there, I told you, she's very boisterous and all that. When she looked at me, she was like, you're here as well? And I was like, sorry, who are you? I was like, you know, but I was very happy because among the, I think, nearly 180 females who were there. There were only two or three guys. So every day I could bump and talk to a female. I loved talking to females, whether married, not married, single, hot, divorced, whatever. I loved talking to females. Okay. Love surrounding myself with the females. And yes, I told you, I was playboy face. So she came, who the hell are you? And this and that. And I was like, do I know you? And then she told me that she reminded me, you were in India and there I saw you and you were like this, you were like that. I was like, oh, I never knew you existed. She's like, yeah, good you didn't know because I would have, beaten the hell out of you. I was like, what is wrong with this female? But eventually, the funny thing is, we ended up becoming very good friends. Seriously, we ended up becoming very good friends. I liked her honest nature. She found me like a sleazeball, but she's like, Loy, you roam with a dick in your hand, man. She would tell me right on the face in front of everyone. But I didn't mind it. And very soon, I just realized, like, she was the type, if she had anything in the heart, she would say it. She never kept anything in the heart. And to everyone's surprise, she even invited me to her house for lunch, which was a very rare thing. Females generally wouldn't want to introduce me to their parents, but she was close to her mom and dad. I think her dad passed away by that time. And her mom was worried, like, is this her new boyfriend? Oh my goodness, what a disaster. Because, playboy with long hair. I didn't have tattoos then. And her mother was like, this is a disaster. And she had to literally tell her mom, this is not my boyfriend. Okay, he's just a friend. And this guy loves to eat and he loves to irritate and loves to talk. So the mother still didn't believe, but we were friends. Seriously, we were just friends. And I used to always consider like a family, this thing, like whenever she would go out for a nightclub or anything. And those days I had muscles. So I would go with her. And, you know, I looked big and strong, but I was non-violent. She was taller than me. She looked like a giraffe kind of thing. But if she got pissed off, she would fight with Tom, Dick, and Harry. And whenever she would go to a club, even if people were dancing or not dancing, she would be in the center and dance like so crazy. Then all the Indian guys would be like, oh, girl is dancing. And she would dance with everyone, but she would keep everyone in their place. Okay. She was very tomboyish, very alpha male kind of a female. In fact, I was the MC at her wedding, uh, and I actually called her a tall giraffe on the wedding. I was not too professional, I would say. I was very casual. I was the MC at her wedding. I witnessed her first marriage. I witnessed her divorce. I witnessed her second marriage. So we were very close, very, very close. Unfortunately, the closeness that we had was limited to Dubai, and I never knew that. I never even thought about it until, obviously, uh, I came to Thailand. But before Thailand, I had these multiple marriages, and she was on in my face. She was like, "Loy, I don't appreciate what you're doing. You're using females to marry, and you're not stable and all that." She would give it to me on my face. Anyway, finally, when the time came for me to leave Dubai, which I made up my mind. Oh, here's one more thing surprising to share with you. When I went through the phase of my life where I was about to kill myself, that suicide video which I have in India, it's funny, I don't even recollect even talking to her. I guess I never called her up because I know for a fact she would not be in a position to help me. So, anyway, I'm telling you that also. But once things got stable, we met each other. Her husband was okay. He didn't like me particularly, but he was okay with me. I was okay with him. But after I moved to Thailand here, we kept in touch through chat, through video, once a while, not every day. Now it has been 10 years, 10 years since I'm here. And as time goes by, first you speak to the person almost every 2, 3 days, hello, chatting. Then it goes once a week. Then it goes once in 2 weeks, then once a month. And finally, you reach a point in your life where no more messages, no more messages. In fact, if I would recollect, maybe last year, I think I spoke to her once, maybe once or twice, if I force myself to say that this year I don't think I'm even going to call her. I don't think I'm going to call her, neither is she going to call me, and she doesn't need to call me. I don't need to call her. But it's very sad that such a relationship that existed, a friendship spanned 20 plus years with no sex, no hidden agenda, it ended. And then, my thoughts went to all the relationships, all the friendships that I've had over the years. I wish I could take their name, but I didn't take their permission. The best friends that I had from the age of 16, the people I would hang out with, they would go for shisha, they would go for eating out, they would go for movies, they would go for, trying new restaurants. We would just go for a walk in the shopping mall. We would just go to, look at the girls, or just go to feel good and just hang out like we are the king of the world, sitting like, yeah, it's just young students with a little bit of limited money, but we act like we are who, the ultimate. Watch football matches. Some of them would watch cricket matches. But then you suddenly realize, boss, you were 20 years old that time, 20. Today you're 50. That time you didn't have, forget having children and all that. You were not, you didn't think you'd be here. And when I look back at that Loy Machedo that I was like, what the fuck was that? Yeah. Now when I look back, I'm like, oh my goodness. Oof. That is the character I would always tell my daughter, never go for. It was so crazy. Yeah. Video games. You're talking of, even video games, Age of Empires, Unreal Tournament, coffee, what? Gaming cafe, internet cafes. We used to have the dial-up connection. We used to have the Alcatel phone. The Nokia, it is called like the Rock, that phone we had. There was no such thing as the smartphone. And then the bomb that Steve Jobs dropped, a phone, email, web browser. When I look back at and think of all the friends and all the people I spent time with, it's just sad because it's all over. Now, I know what you might say. It's okay. Why don't you keep in touch? Or why don't you have a get together? I've had some get togethers when I was in Dubai with my school, so called schoolmates, so called people that I bumped into when I was attempting my college. Yeah, the first few days, there is the nostalgia and there's that feeling in the heart, the lump in the throat. You met all these guys, their shapes have changed, their sizes have changed, their maturity levels have changed. Some are wearing glasses, some have beards, some have white, the same. Some have super expensive cars, some are like, jobless. You feel good. But that feeling lasts for some time and then you withdraw to your own world. And that's about it. And if you try to remain too much of a friend, you'll just realize it's not working out, man. This is bad. You might even end up having a fight. which I've already experienced. The school WhatsApp group, I was like, yuck. I just hated it. Simply calling each other motherfucker and father this and that and all the bad words and acting like immature kids when you're 50-year-old, man. Behave your age. Yeah? What the fuck? And if you talk to them seriously, they'll just mock you. So you begin to think, why am I here? What the fuck is this? And then you end up blocking everyone. That's what I did. Just blocked everyone. So all I want to leave you with this video is maybe the realization that, whatever relationship you have, whether it's your mother, father, brother, sister, friends, enjoy those moments because it's all a temporary phase. It's not going to remain forever. And before you know it, it's going to be over. And then all you'll have is just memories. Oh, once upon a time, I had this friend. Once upon a time, this happened. And you'll sadly have to move on. And and before you know it, you just realize that it was just a memory. And even if you try to come back or meet, you'll just feel very strange. Like I did get that female, she came down here to meet my wife and baby. It wasn't the same. Yes, we lived on old memories, tried to be nice to each other, but it didn't feel the same. And then obviously both of us left. She left, and that was it. And because that experience was not good, now if anybody from my olden days wants to meet or anything, I just discourage them because I have a good memory of them. I don't want to meet them and ruin those memories. Like you meet the person and realize this is not the same person here. So anyway, wanted to share this heart of heart talk with you. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. All right, you guys take care. This is me signing off.